3 ways to stop counter surfing. Personally, we think that puppies under 6 months old, you need to have more management and think of ways to be preventative.
Number 1 is getting your puppy on a structured schedule, help them understand what they're supposed to do throughout the day, and also no free roaming when they're out of the crate. A puppy that has freedom to roam is probably going to get themselves into trouble.
Number 2, if you're not walking your puppy, playing with your puppy, or working with your puppy, they need to be in an area that's safe for them. Playpen, crate, or on a leash tethered to you. That way they're not being given the freedom to make these bad decisions and it becoming a habit.
And number 3 is going to be using place practice or something called a back tie. It basically means you give them a place to go, so when they're in that area, they're being monitored and it's preventing them from moving and jumping on that counter.
So you're going to take a leash and tether it to their harness after you've taught them place, which is just a go to your bed command, and then take that leash and back tie it to something solid. Obviously, we always want you to be monitoring your puppies. You can only do this when they're being supervised. Now we're going to give you some training tips on how to work your puppy up to being able to handle freedom in the home.
First thing I like to do is take a bowl of their food and practice having them on leash, holding the food in one hand, leash in the other, slowly lowering it to the ground after making them sit. And if they go for the food, lift the bowl up, ask them for a sit, make them wait a couple seconds, and do that over and over again until you can set that bowl down and release them to get to the food.
This type of impulse control is really important, which leads me to number 2. So number 2 is a really big step, but it's really fun to do and it bleeds into all areas with your puppy when it comes to impulse control. You're going to get a plate and you can put treats on it or people food, and you need to be able to walk around your home and teach your puppy not to follow you. Now, if you've already done some basics like place and stay, you can utilize those. So having your puppy learn to back away from you when you're holding a plate, then you reward them for backing away. So if I'm walking through my kitchen, I might take a step by my puppy, and when they jump over towards me, interested in my plate, I'm gonna stop, step into them, ask them for a sit, or tell them to go to place, then reward them for moving away from me. Now you can do this in lots of different ways throughout your home, even building up to having that plate of food on the floor and walking your puppy by and teaching them that if they go back to place, that's how they get the reward. And that teaches them that when they want something, if they back up, that's how they get something good. That way you're not nurturing that driviness and that pushiness towards the food bowl, especially when you play around with having people food on your plate.
And third is going to be teach your puppy how to go to place and crate, especially when you guys are cooking. So whenever we're going to teach our dog to go to place, it's going to be food in the hand, leash in the other, guide to the place, dog place, good treat, pause, and release with your release word. And then you'll do that over and over and over again. And you'll start adding more pauses in between until they can hold more duration, be calm, and relax. Guys, that's your precursor to teaching calm on command while they're hanging out on place and you guys are in the other room, still in eyesight, still watching. And if that's too difficult for your puppy, guys, it's okay to put them in the crate, get them on a really good structure schedule, so when you're cooking, you don't have to worry about having your puppy under you, jumping on the counter. Super, super important.
But we want you to do the same thing with crate. We like to use the word house. So you tell your puppy house.
It's cutesy.
It's cute, yeah. And you use food over and over again, say 10 to 15 times, house, come, over and over again. And then you leave them in there and teach them, when you use the crate door, teach them to stay in crate and be able to look at an open crate door and wait for permission to come out. So this is all impulse control. That's why all of this is working towards a puppy that can be free in the house and not jump on the counter.